Hi everybody. Today I wanted to share with you a nice hearty meal. So what I'm going to cook is something that's really feels nice and warm on a cold winter night. So I'm going to make some Mexican style cabbage soup. So here I have some cabbage chopped up kind of roughly, okay? And this is going to be kind of a tomato based soup, not a creamy soup. So that's why I've kept these kind of a little bit bigger so that even though they become soft in the soup itself, you can kind of see them and eat them. In here is just some arugula that is from my garden. So this is from my vegetable garden, and so I just wanted to add it just for variation of flavor itself. Then in here I have some roughly chopped cilantro and mint. So this is just to add again more flavor. In here I have one medium-sized onion finely chopped, and then 3 small cloves of garlic chopped again. Okay. Couple more things. This is a soup, so you can change the vegetables based on what you have. You can like put in some carrots. You can also put in bell pepper. If you use bell pepper, use a small amount. You can also put in some florets of broccoli or cauliflower. So you could do that as well. I have some snow peas here. Again, I've left them whole again just to add kind of variation and heartiness to the soup. And these are again from my garden. So are these radishes. So these were like little long radishes, and I just chopped them up. So I'm using them instead of carrots. And they also have a deeper flavor. So since I mentioned this is Mexican style, I'm going to add black beans. So I have rinsed them as well. So make sure you do rinse them. You do not want that the juice that comes in with the can. And then finally I have some chopped tomatoes. You can use freshly chopped tomatoes or these ones. You know I like these ones, so I'm going to use these. And these are chopped, so they have a good texture for this particular soup. So I'm going to make sure that my Instant Pot is heating on saute mode, and then I'm going to add some oil to it. I also have my spice box here, if you can see on your top right, or sorry, top left. And so I'm going to add some spices as well to the soup. So once this is hot enough, let's go ahead and add some oil. Okay, so my IP is now hot. It would say hot on your display. And I added some oil in there. So I'm going to start by adding some cumin seeds. So as you can see, these are my cumin seeds over here. I'm going to start by adding those. Added about a tablespoon of oil. You can use more. I see a lot of times when you eat soups outside, they have a lot more oil going. I really don't feel the need for oil so much in soups because really, there's so much other flavor going on that you can go light on the fat content. So, and if you do like flavor of butter or something, add a little bit on the top. So in goes my garlic. And then I'm going to dump in all the onions. So I do want to kind of lightly brown these onions because as they will caramelize and they will also release a nice flavor. So do this for about 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, so my onions are nicely browned, and so now it's really easy from this point on, okay? You're going to basically dump in a bunch of your ingredients. So I'm going to add my tomato, adding about half of this container at first. So I want to make sure to do that. And again, in terms of the liquid for the soup, you can use any broth that you have. Chicken broth, vegetarian broth, you can do that. Or you can add water if you don't have anything on hand. So just keep in mind that sometimes broths have sodium, so you want to adjust your salt content. And then you also want to make sure to adjust like the flavors and of the spice level, etc. So in go the radish and the snow peas. And then finally I'm gonna put in my leafy vegetables. Give this all a nice stir. I'm gonna add some turmeric. So about 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric. A little bit of cayenne pepper. About 1/4 of teaspoon of garam masala. And it's more like 1/2 teaspoon of coriander powder. I also have some coarsely ground cumin powder. So I'm gonna add about 1/2 teaspoon of that. Cumin powder really gives a nice warmth. And then add some salt at this point. Eyeball it. Or about a teaspoon or so, depending on the number of vegetables you have. So again, right now you see there isn't much liquid going here. That's okay. I just wanted to mix everything up. You can also now add some black pepper as well to this. So just some black pepper in there. So I added the rest of the tomato in there as well. So I added the whole box in there. That probably is about, so this is almost 750 grams in weight. So that would be about, I think, 6 to 8 tomatoes in there. And because today I'm not using a broth, I just wanted to add all the tomatoes so that it becomes more like a tomato based cabbage soup. Okay, so to this I'm going to start adding some water. So again, if you saw, I added some spices but not too many because I do want the flavor of the vegetables and the tomato as well in here. And I didn't want to make it too spicy, but again, you should feel free to adjust the level of the spices based on your preference. So a couple more things need to go in here. I'm going to add in my herbs. So fresh cilantro mint always makes such a big difference. And then now I'm going to put in my beans as well. Give it a stir. I told you this is going to be easy. It's only that first what you wanted, the onions to get golden brown. That's the only kind of sauteing you really need to do. Might be still on saute mode, but because I added so many ingredients, you can't hear any of it now. So now at this point, you can see I added about 1.5 cups of water in here, or you can use broth, like I said. You can add more or less depending on how much soupy or watery you want your soup to be. So sometimes some people prefer very thick soups, so you can do that, or you can add more. I'm gonna add about 1/2 cup more in here, and a little bit more salt. Like I said, I'm not using broth, so broth would be really good and handy to have. Unfortunately, I don't have any today. So here we go. Okay, so that's it. What? It took me, I'm sure, less than 10 minutes or so. Maybe 10 minutes. So, going into sealing. That's my beeping because my saute mode is still on. So I turned the IP off. It won't allow you to do the, close the lid if your saute mode is on. So just to let you know. And then I'm going to cook this on soup mode for about 40 to 45 minutes. Again, because I don't have too many like vegetables like carrots or things that take longer to cook, you can do it with 40 minutes or so. If you have more hearty vegetables in there, you would want to keep it about 10-15 minutes longer. So again, adjust it, and then if you want, you can also slow cook it after. But what I want to do is open it up after 45 minutes and check on the consistency and the flavor, and I can still cook it for another hour on slow cook. So I will show you what the soup looks like in 45 minutes. So after 45 minutes, I let it do all the natural release. I didn't touch it, and It's been about 30 more minutes after the warm-up mode started, and you can see it's perfect consistency. So it was looking really thick earlier, but now you can see it has that nice soupy consistency, but at the same time it's hearty enough that you can eat all the veggies and see the tomato bits as well. So you can serve this with bread, croutons. I'm just gonna serve it with some garlic bread. So the one like roasted garlic bread that I have, and you can also top it with like pesto. If you want to top it with some cream, you can do that as well. So multiple options, but enjoy this soup and stay warm. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.